Okay, yes, so it's time for What's Up and About.
Yes, it is.
We're all here.
Indeed. Yes, we are. And of course, the chef will be joining in on the conversation as well.
Yeah.
So yesterday, so I'm talking about this because, I mean, Titi's got children, the chef has got children, they can totally relate with this. So every day when the kids, wait.
Edgar can relate with it too.
As a child.
Wow, shots fired.
1-0. 1-0. No, I'll do my own back. Another day.
Wow.
Okay. So yesterday, I'm always, whenever the kids come back from school or anywhere at all, right, I'll always engage them to know, what happened, tell me about your day, tell me what happened in class. So we always, communicate on, their day. So in the course of her talking to me about her day yesterday, she said, okay, there's this boy in primary 3 that bullied her younger sister. Her sister is in primary 1. Her younger sister is Eliana. And, she was trying to defend her sister, and she went to him and told him, leave my sister alone, leave my sister alone. And, in the course of, trying to defend her sister, the boy said to her, look at your mouth like a goat.
Wow.
And then...
How old are these kids, first of all? How old are they?
I don't know how old he is, but my oldest is 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Elsie. Right. So she said to him, so before she told me what she said to him, she said, Mommy, please don't be angry. I am sorry. I responded. I know I shouldn't have responded, but I responded. I said, okay, apology accepted. So tell me what you said to him. Right. So she said to him that your mouth looks like the pack of drink you're taking.
Okay.
I don't want to mention the name of the drink, right?
Okay.
But she said, your mouth looks like the pack of drink you're taking.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in my head, I was going, yes. Yes.
Wow.
Really, Amen? I said it.
No, yeah, of course, in your head. Inside.
In my head. Okay. Yeah. And then I said to her, she said, Mommy, I know I shouldn't have said it, but I did. But that's because he kept on coming at me, and when he was insulting me, I said, but you know what you shouldn't have, what you did was wrong. She said, yes, she knows. That's why she's apologizing. And I said, okay, to her, okay. I understand that you're trying to defend your sister, and I'm proud of you for doing that. It's nice that you should defend your sister. You should look out for your sister. Both of you should look out for each other, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have, responded to him. Next time, report to your teacher.
Okay.
Your teacher is in the best position as an adult to handle that situation. Okay? And then she said yes, that she'll do that next time. I said, okay, so when you get to school tomorrow, apologize to him for, speaking to him.
Edgar is shaking his head.
But let me tell you,
in
my mind, I was saying yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you why I was shaking my head. My mom has flogged me one time for crying all the way home.
Okay.
And when I told her that the reason why I was crying was because I did not insult one guy back.
My mom
said, you walked all the way from school to the house crying. Someone insulted you, you didn't insult. Give me your hand. And then she flogged me.
Wow.
And then the next day, I went back to school. For no reason, I just called the guy, I said, please, I want to see you.
And then
I said, I give you my mom insult. And let's go. And now, the funniest part with this is, in secondary school, I was called, my nickname was Egisti Gologolo.
Hey,
this Egisti Gologolo.
Egisti Gologolo.
You know that?
No, I want to get it right, just so that I can come at you with it. Egisti Gologolo. What does that mean?
Egisti Gologolo. Now, the reason why they always called me that was because I couldn't fight. I looked like a girl, but my mouth was tough. Like, I would insult, and we call it yabbing that time. I would yab you from morning to night, and you would beat me. I would cry, and I would say yab you.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, you know what? So, there are many angles to this.
Yeah.
How you grow up determines a lot about, what you do as an adult. And, in the good book, it says, turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
There are some situations where you can't do that. You have to stand up for yourself. But there are some times where people are, they're taken aback by you not responding. It actually surprises and makes people, like, they're wondering why are you not reacting?
And
that really messes up with people even more. which is a strategy I know a lot of my colleagues know I use.
Yeah, but before you talk about, before you bring that in, let's quickly hear the chef's thoughts, because she has kids as well. And I would like to know if she's experienced this with her kids.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've had my son come and cry once. Couple of times actually about people beating him on stuff in class. So initially I used to do the calm mom. Oh, don't do this. Oh, no, don't fight back. Show kind of. At a point, I had to teach him to fight back. And it worked for a bit, but then I had to calm him down because I told him they slap you when you slap twice. So,
Wow.
No, but then because it got to that point, because I had spoken to the teacher and all that, and it kept happening.
Yeah.
And guess what? He did that once or twice and he stopped. So, but then it now became a habit, like, so even before you, so he just, once he senses that you're trying to, he's already, so I have to tell him, okay, no.
Yeah.
So I had to start correcting that, which I learned from that experience. That sometimes, these kids. So motherhood, I really don't understand it.
Yeah.
Should I do this?
Should I not do? Yeah, it's like a two-edged sword.
Because
you know.
So I've had a similar situation in the school bus with the kids.
Yeah.
Where a particular child in the school bus hit a plastic water bottle on top of one of the twins' heads. And her sister was behind. And her sister took the same bottle and hit the child again. And that was when the minder in the bus saw the situation. The minder in the bus didn't see the initial altercation. And, the
she
first
reacted
twin,
based on what she
reacted
saw.
on what she saw. So I had to explain to the twins that, look, sometimes it's not about how something started, it's about how it ended.
How you responded to
Is
it.
that child hurt? Is the child in pain? Have you hurt that child's feelings? Have you hurt the child physically? You cannot be caught or found wanting. That was what I said. I didn't say don't defend. I was like, don't get caught. That was what I said. But I had to come from that angle. I had to come from that angle because I couldn't exactly tell her to not, because Ruby had a bump on her head. And it was a big bump. And I'm like, God forbid it was something harder that could have really hurt her. I'm like, no, I'm not going to allow this one slide. But then again, I had to explain to the girls that, look, you are intimidatingly beautiful to your colleagues.
Wow.
You are intelligent, you are tall, you are popular, you are intimidating to them. So you already have an edge over them. Don't ever be found wanting. Don't ever be found to be the one hurting someone else, because they will always try and find a way to
make it your fault.
You.
Yeah.
Wow.
So from that angle, both of them were a little careful with what they do.
I think I really enjoy parenting now, where a mother tells her child, you are the most beautiful.
Yes.
You are intelligent.
Yes.
My mom will not see. Let me tell you. All my mom has to allow you to do is just be playing around. She just look at you. Come. What are you doing? What are you doing?
They're just playing around.
You're just playing around.
Don't you have any better things to do with your time?
Go and watch, please. Mommy, watch it again. Watch it again. Don't tell me I've watched
Just
it.
for the fun of it.
Because you're just playing
there's
around.
a lot of conversation about the 21st parenting style and how we parent our kids.
Yeah.
And if there's something that I tell my kids all the time, they're big on affirmations. They're very huge on affirmations. And that's why when you meet my kids, they're very amiable. They'll come and say to you, oh, I love your jacket. Oh, I love your shirt. Oh, I love your, on Saturday, I had my sister's wedding. Was on Saturday. So the minute they saw me, they're like, oh my God, Mommy, you look so beautiful. I love your gele. I
heard someone say to a child one time, you were like, Johnny, don't do it again. If not, you stay in the dirty corner. I was like,
naughty
corner. Yes, thank you. Naughty corner. And I was wondering, they was said, and I asked the child, what is the naughty corner? I said, I've never been there, but it's a dark space and terrible things happen. Now, we don't always have lights in my house. So there's no dark. Everywhere is the dark corner or naughty corner. So you can't even use darkness to threaten me when I was growing up.
Yeah, so I think
that's what I'm saying.
It's also important to teach our kids, how to manage their emotions. Yeah. Especially how to respond in situations where they are being bullied or intimidated.
True.
I always tell my kids, always come from a place of love, regardless.
Yes.
Always come from a place of love.
Yeah.
Yes.
As much as I would always say to people, don't when you want to spank kids or scold other people's kids, if it's not coming from a place of love, don't do it.
True.
Because some of these kids really do not understand.
Yeah.
Not all the intentional parenting that you have used or that all you have, you have used in nurturing your kids. One person from somewhere will now use their own trauma to damage and ruin and
That's why I
destroy
always
it.
advise that, even if you're having, like when I have issues with people now and we're fighting, I fight with love.
You fight
I
with
give
love.
punch with love. Like this punch I'm giving you, it's because I love you, I'm giving you this punch.
Oh,
if I give you the punch without love, there you go.
The good book says turn the other cheek.
All right.
If someone slap you here, you turn and you do that.
If someone slap you here, turn here.
Yeah.
Okay now. All right, no problem. You're in Nigeria, remember? Okay.
Oh,
All right, all
but
right.
it's not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well. Use hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC and let us know what you think.
Right. And that is all that we can take right now. I wish we could continue this conversation, but we have
The Iru butter.
We'll continue the conversation on the parenting experts. We'd like
Yes,
to hear your thoughts
yes.
and how she can, what's her advice
Yeah.
on, helping to navigate.
Yeah.
Yoruba had
English.
how to navigate this.
You're not even Yoruba.
Journey.
It's general, right?
Oh, wow,
I think
yeah.
the H factor. Well, she would, help us, in helping to, navigate this conversation.
All right.
And we'll be right back. Stay with us, people.